Hi, I'm Tasha. Tasha Speaks Up. And I'm coming to read like about 10 poems today. It's Black History Month. I haven't been consistent because due to illness, but I'm here to read a few poems for a few days I've missed. And I probably didn't go over the full 28 days, but I do know I gave it my all. I did better last year, but the enemy tried to come in. But this poem is titled Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou. And this is just a poem about Maya Angelou. She was a civil rights activist. This poem is about society standards and the inner beauty that makes a woman even more beautiful. So she came up with this poem because I guess society have their standard on who is beautiful, but she wrote this poem titled Phenomenal Woman, and this is one of my favorite poems in middle school and high school that I used to do when I was in drama. And so I'm going to read this poem, and I pray that it blesses y'all, and I'm praying that you know that you are phenomenal. Pretty woman, wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my steps, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. I just walk into the room just as cool as you please. And to a man, the fellas stand or fall down to their knees. They swarm around me, a hive of honeybees, I say. It's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth. The swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman phenomenal woman. That's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say it's the arch in my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. Now you understand why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud, I say. In the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need of my care, because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. So that's Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou. And here's another one of my favorites by Angelou. Maya Angelou, as you know, she was an activist. And this poem is about rising. And she was a confidant of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. In this poem, it talks about African-American culture. And it embodies the power and courage and tenacity of the African-American experience. This poem is powerful still to this day. Still I rise. I feel it all down in my bones. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may tread me in the very dirt, but still like dust I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you so beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like the moons and like the suns with certainty of tides, just like the hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head, and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries? Does my heartiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me down with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping in wide, welling and swelling, not bearing the tide. Excuse me. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Y'all, I cover myself with the blood because I'm... This is Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. And she was a poet who is now deceased. This poem is titled Human Family by Maya Angelou. And it teaches us that we're all people and we're so much alike than different. Imagine, change the world and see. This poem is titled Human Family. I note the obvious differences in the human family. Some of us are serious, some of us thrive on comedy. Some declare that their lives are lived as true profanity, and others claim that they really live the real reality. The variety of our skin tones can confuse, bemuse, and delight. Brown and pink, beige and purple, tan, blue, and white. I've sailed across the 7 seas and I've stopped in every land. I've seen the wonders of the world not yet coming to man. I know 10,000 women called Mary, Jane, and Jane, but I've not seen any two who really were the same. Mirror twins are different, although their features jib, and lovers think quite differently thoughts while lying side by side. We love and lose in China. We weep on English moors and laugh and moan in Guinea and thrive on Spanish shores. We seek success in Finland, are born and die in Maine. In minor ways we differ, in major we're the same. I note the obvious differences between each sort and type, but we're more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. And so that poem is titled Human Family by Maya Angelou. This poem is titled Dreams. It's by oh no, I'm not going to read that by Langston Hughes. That's a short poem. Mother to Son. I love that poem. Life ain't been a crystal staff for me. This poem right here is titled Equality, and it's by Maya Angelou. And of course, you know, it's talking about racism and discrimination that plague our society. And Maya Angelou, of course, was a civil rights activist, and she encourages people to keep moving forward and don't give up for the fight for equality. So that's why it's titled Equality, about equality for the African American race. You declare you see me dimly through a glass which will not shine. Though I stand before you boldly, trim and rank and mark in time, you do own to hear me faintly as I whisper out of rage, while my drums beat out the message and the rhythms never change. Equality and I will be free. Equality and I will be free. You announce my ways of wanting, that I fly from man to man. But if I'm just a shadow to you, could you ever understand? We live the painful history. We know the shameful past. But I keep on marching forward and you keep on coming last. Equality and I will be free. Equality and I will be free. Take the blinders from your vision. Take the padding from your ears and confess you heard me crying and admit you seen my tears. Hear the tempo so compelling. Hear the blood throb in my veins. Yes, my drums are beating nightly and the rhythms never change. Equality and I will be free. Equality and I will be free. That poem is by Maya Angelou, and it's talking about equality for the African American race and racism that was here and still is here in America. Y'all, let me read a few more. Then I'm going to read some of mine. I'm a poet at heart. I love poetry. Anybody who knows me, I love poetry. I love it. So this poem is titled Long Enough. This poem is by Curtis L. Haynes. And it's about black people. And it's about saying how we've been black long enough to know about the differences people have made with black people. I've been black long enough to know about the Middle Passage. Men, women, children, regardless of age, stuffed in a ship like animals in a cage. Long enough to know about slavery and the white man's feeling of mastery, causing human beings a lifetime of misery. Long enough to know about Jim Crow, the unjust laws that instituted blow after blow, crushing the spirit of those refused to know. Long enough to know about the lynchings, the strange fruit hanging from the trees, and enduring a myriad of indignities. I've been black long enough to know. Long enough to see separate but unequal classrooms, schools with computers, others with maybe brooms, leading inevitably to unequal boardrooms. Long enough to see civil rights movements, its effect on America barely a dent. Many courage freedom fighters came and went. Long enough to see how housing inequality, driving past neighborhoods with no diversity, wondering will we ever be in inclusivity. Long enough to see the police forget those that are sworn to serve and protect. Instead, they put a knee on their neck. I've been black long enough to experience racial discrimination. I have felt it on more than one occasion. One time as a child on a family vacation. I was 10 when I jumped into the motel pool. The white folks scattered. I was made of a stool, and they glared at me as if I was a fool. Or when our families moved into a neighborhood, only to watch the signs pop up on a play card in wood, for sale signs to get the hell out of the hood. To Confederate flag flew at my oldest son's school. So what are concerned parents to do? We dialogued as a resolution until parties were cool. I've been black long enough. Hopeless, hopeful or hopeless, probably more of the latter. Poultice can't even say the words Black Lives Matter. To some, I may sound like a man full of blather. I'm not. It's just that I've been black long enough to know that enough is enough. And so that's Black Long Enough to Know by Curtis L. Hayes. I love that poem. And I'm going to come on here with some more. I'll be back.